Hey, hey, all right, we're live for the the morning stream for Wednesday. I think today's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, cool. And it shall say, new Astral Radiance box break, jumbo pack break, and Tops Pokemon break. Live card shop. We're gonna hit save on that. Okay, so the title is just what's going on. Hey, what's up, Mr. CS man? Happy New Year's, man. We haven't celebrated that over here. That's later tonight. We are? All right. At here, we are going live for Wednesday morning. Okay. Good. Let's grab the website. Ooh. And let's place it in here. Boss ain't here either. So what's Hood? Happy New Year's Eve. Last stream of 2025. Yeah, this is the last stream of 2025. There we go. We're going to go ahead and hit pin. All right, so that's taken care of. Do, 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 do. One Cardos Nikkei from Michael Pettiford. That should not be available for sale. Where is he finding that? Cardos Nikkei is sold out. It's so confusing removing things from two menus now, so I apologize, but that is sold out. Yu-Gi-Oh! Union Arena, Final Fantasy. Should it be under other cards, maybe? Yep, there it is. Found it. All right, so that is removed. I'm hitting save on that. That is removed. Now, we're a little bit late for the daytime or the morning time stream, and that's because we ordered a little breakfast off the internet, and it took forever to get over here. Okay. Oh, it looks like that Venmo order from Jared finally cleared. Awesome. All right. That's good to hear. It's good to see. So refresh on this. So it looks like Jonas Gordon was the last one to order on the website. Order number 1,346. Cool. And then 2 hours ago, we got a Miss Alexandra order. And her order is a pretty small one. It looks like she's ordering 6 booster packs of the MetaZoo Secret Shadows. Cool. So we've been opening up a lot of that, surprisingly. Please enable fraud protection in your PayPal payment settings by enable CAPTCHA for payment. I'm going to show this to Karis. I wonder what she thinks of that. All right. Let's see. It is New Year's. Perhaps we should have a New Year's giveaway. Let me close this. We're just getting things ready, guys, as usual, as we usually do. We should really check the prices of stuff over time. What do you think ought to be checked? Custom booster packs, Pokemon Chinese. You know, kind of the way we let it happen is we wait for stuff to start selling out, and then we check it, because that's kind of the sign that it's moving. It's sometimes that's a very clear sign that something is underpriced, is when everyone starts buying it really rapidly. All right, so we got to get more orders out to tag, it looks like. I got to do some submissions real soon. You knew we didn't do anything last week because it was Christmas. I didn't want to work on Christmas, so we got to do some double submissions, I think. All right. Let's see. All right, there we go. Scoop-a-doo-boo. We're going to close this. We're going to close this. We're going to close this. Now we're going to turn on the iPad. Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Ooh, so bright. Holy cow, man. The sun's right in my eyes. It's a nice thing. I like it. Scrolling down, here's our stream. We're gonna click on that. Boy, we could use a prettier thumbnail, couldn't we? I just kind of rushed the thumbnail a little bit, though. Well, the actor's getting really old. What the hell? Looking at a commercial. There we go. We got the chat popped out. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see. 10 minutes till New Year's in the Philippines. Yeah, almost a new year. Mister, how's everyone? What's the best Gooner set on the menu? Well, it's probably the Fujimi Bunkos, either 1 or 2. Yeah, those are probably the top Gooner sets. Is Vecna redeemable? Will they get extra sloppy and have Holly talk him into being a good guy and sacrifice himself? I don't know, dude. It's going to be a super gay ending, dude. It's going to be like the power of love beats the power of, like, sadness or something like that. That's exactly what's going to happen. All right, so, Michael, you've got $2.75. I apologize, but the Cardos does not exist, the one you're thinking of. Oh, I didn't grab any sleeves. Oh, my gosh. Hold on. I got to get sleeves, guys, very badly. Let me go get these sleeves. Gotta have them. We're out of them. I had to get a whole case out. Fresh new case. I had to open it up. Why do we store these in the basement? There we go. All right. Very nice. Yeah, it's going to be something like... Oh, Vecna chose Will because Will's, like, insecure about himself. You're weak little gay boy. And now that Will's come out of the closet, Vecna won't have any power over him and Will be super strong, actually. And the power of love defeats the power of hate. Something like that. There's no rules. You know what I mean? It's all just made up. There's no, like, physics or measuring to it. It's surprisingly unscientific. There we go. All right. People are scared Vecna is going to be saved or something like that. How much per box Fuji Bunko, mister? I do not know that, actually. Depends on how many packs are in it. Usually it's going to be like 12 or 16. Just like the ages on Epstein's Island. All right, toss this over here. Excuse me. Bill, Michael, and Kevin walk onto an island together. Let's see. So, Michael, let's write down this thing here. Come on. Oh, man, that sun's right in my eyes. Michael. Bedford. Who could imagine that the whole Pizzagate thing was like, you know, remember how much the QAnon guys got made fun of? The QAnon guys. Who remembers this? The QAnon guys were all like, oh, the elites are effing our children or something like that, right? They're having sex with kids. And everyone's like, you're insane, right? I said that. I thought they were insane. I was like, oh my God. Ooh, QAnon. And it turns out it's probably true. Turns out the billionaires were either having sex with children or they knew billionaires who were having sex with children and they didn't speak up. So at the very least, they're guilty by not telling on anyone. So it was all, Pizzagate was real to some degree. Probably not all the details of it, but your crazy uncle who was like, yeah, the government's having sex with the children. He was right. Crazy, dude. I don't know what to think about it all. I'm still processing it mentally. I'm not okay. Maybe Vecna can put a tentacle down my throat. Turns out they want us to be gay. I bought a box of Weiss last night and I thought to myself, what the heck do I do with all this bulk? QAnon are hackers. They know stuff. All right. First thing I hear when I join is you're a weak little gay boy. That's right. Vecna chooses his victims based on how weak and gay they are. Yeah, I knew you were weak. I knew you were a weak little gay boy. Here's Alexandro, 1 pack of the Metazoo with 5 more, right? Is that right? Total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I choose you, Will, because you're weak, because I knew you were gay. All right. That's pretty extreme. I knew you were a weak little gay boy, not like the other children who were straight and strong. That's basically what the show says, right? I'm obviously satirizing it, whatever the term is, but that's basically what he said. He said, you're weak because you're homosexual? Great. Stranger things can happen. That's right. All right. Ooh. You're my vessel. Yeah. Okay. Not anymore. Snip. Let's snip this. Snip. Let's snip this. Snip. Snip. And snip. And snip. All right. Very nice. It would be cool if Vecna won and just got to keep all the gay boys. I don't know, dude. Ba-doop. Here's, Tizaruk. Oh, Plague Doctor again. Rawr. Look at that Plague Doctor. Well, so apparently I didn't buy enough of this Metazoo Secret Shadows because we're going to sell out of it twice, I suspect. But I haven't been buying huge amounts of it, that's why. I still wanted to be honest. It's been hyped up a lot. With my store credit, can I do a pack of Nikkei Nivel Arena BTO3? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I'm a man. I have a beard and I wear flannel. I wanted this one. You got the Plague Doctor. You did it. It is the COVID-19 Doctor. It is. Instead of Vecna turning gay, he was like, nah, F that. Looking at Will's mind, instead he became a blank. Vecna's, what are they, Abyss? It's basically Epstein's Island, right? I'm just saying tentacles and 12-year-old kids don't mix. Who approved that? I was complaining about that in Discord. There we go. What does the bad guy do? Some pretty suggestive looking stuff. Ooh. It's pretty bad. We are. LMFAO. Vecna's Abyss equals Epstein's Island. It's not even close. They're the exact same thing. All right. Will made Vecna ungay by looking at his mind. If Epstein was alive today, he would be proud. You know those directors are freaks. That's what I was saying. I feel like not everyone has woken up to this exactly. Not everyone's aware. But those scenes are really horrible, actually. People are desensitized to it. I think the directors and the design, they're degenerates for sure, man. Like, that got past everybody. Those scenes got past everybody. And people at home are like, what did I just see? That's not weird. That's normal. No, it's not. That's not normal. What you just saw was horrible. And it should have never been made. It could have easily been redesigned and still gone along the same sort of like, okay, here's what's happening. They could have done that. It didn't have to be, the scenes didn't have to be exactly the way they were. So suggestive. And people are going to look back on that and realize how suggestive they are. It's very gross. I was on the list. Gives the Pred Alien a run for its money. All right, Miss Alexandra. No, it's worse than Pred Alien. I thought the same thing. Yeah, but you don't want to say it out loud. You want to be quiet about it, you know, because it's weird. And yeah, it's like an emperor's, you know, got no clothing on situation. Who's going to be the first one to point it out? It's horrible. How did they come up with that? That's so gross, man. So gross. It got past everybody. How did that get past everyone? How did nobody stand up and say, you know, maybe this looks kind of inappropriate and we should just do it slightly differently? Like, it doesn't have to be a big change. You don't have to, like, change the story at all. You don't have to change very much. The story can be the same, but it should just work differently, you know? This? All right. So, Mr. Luke Laurie with a huge order. $208 to Slab away and 3 of the Halo Upper Deck packs. That's a $250 order, everybody. Let's get it. Let's rotate these real fast. They probably said, this is the reality of things. If it makes you uncomfortable, then that's on you. This is art. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, dude. This. Ooh. Here's Tyranitar. Ooh. That is not art. Give me a break. So 208. Doop, 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 doop. But the rest of it's coming out tonight, right? So, Mr. Luke Laurie, it says you had 310 remaining, so you have $2 left over? Maybe I just give you this slab. I don't care. Maybe you thought you'd sent slightly more. No, you sent 208. Hold on. All right, pull that down. They won't make a 40-year-old woman film for me, but they want to show us kids all the time. Nah, dude, it's gross, man. I don't like the actress they chose to play the main character. She's the main character in the show now, you know. I don't like the actress. I don't like the way they dressed her. I don't like the way she acted. All of it was gross. There you go. Ooh, beautiful. All right, Luke, all yours, man. That is a EX Deoxys Staryu pop, probably something tiny. And it is owned by Mr. Luke. Pop 12. You got an EX Deoxys reverse holo. You know, those are crazy rare these days. Okay. Done on that. Now, we also have 3 Halo Upper Deck packs. Let's go looking for that. How did we get back on that subject? You guys were talking about it. That's how we got back on it. You know, it's this thing you can't escape talking about because it's so extreme. You can't escape it. It is the subject right now. It's how bad it was. It's the worst rated episode for Stranger Things now. The latest from season 2. From part 2 of season 5, I mean. All right, we're just looking for our stuff. Where is it? Over here, maybe? We got 1, 2, 3. I want more season. More season. Papa, more season. All right, Luke Laurie with the beautiful Halo packs. Take a second to smash that like button for me, guys. Let's get that like button up now. The finale is a movie. I didn't know it was 2 hours long. Season 1 was a completely different show. This is what happens when the show is written on the fly. Dude, I watched the first episode of season 1. The timing, the sound, the 4 boys. It was such an intimate cast. It was just the 4 boys and what was going on between them. It was so well made. Season 1 was great. It introduces like a brand new franchise to the world, like a good franchise. Season 5 is, I don't know, dude. It's just terrible. Some people gave season 5 part 1 good ratings. I didn't think part 1 was good either. I thought it was all bad. Oh, yeah. Ooh, ooh, look at that. Very nice. That's what I'm on episode 3. You are very nice. Oh, the whole unproposal thing, that's so 2025 coded, you know? That's right out of 2025. Like, you go, girl. That is not 1980s. It is. Very good. They just can't help themselves. They have to promote their ideas from our modern time period. Here's Ooh. A real breakup would have been frustrating and angry and sad. Not like beautiful hugs and tears. You're right, dude. Ooh. Master Chief, Halo 5 Guardians. People saying it's because it's homophobia, but then you have the Robin's episode coming out being one of the top rated episodes. Yeah, there's probably some homophobia. Some people are probably tired of feeling, you know, you got to remember a lot of the country is still Christian. Not everybody, but there's still plenty of Christians. There's plenty of conservative Jews. There's plenty of Muslims, and they don't want their child to become, you know, homosexuals and fail to have children themselves. And so, you know, homosexuality's gone back as far as the Bible because they were writing about it in the Bible. And so in our progressive society, we acknowledge that, and it's like this thing where people don't care as much. But there are still conservative religious people who are like, hell no, dude. not in my family. You can do it, not mine, not my children. And so when every show on Netflix kind of pushes maybe like a homosexual character in some way or another, those families are going to opt out of watching that, or they're going to leave it a bad rating. And for some reason, two girls being together never really scares society. I don't think it scares too many people. Maybe that's because it's like a fantasy for some men, two girls, you know what I mean? But two boys is not a fantasy for men for the most part. Ooh, look at that. I guess for some men, maybe. Look at that, Hunter. Ooh, yeah. Beautiful. So you got to imagine, you know, if even half the country is still conservative religious, and I mean like devout religious, you know, like they actually believe their religious ideas, that episode's going to bomb with them. And it's just always going to be that way. Those families don't want their children to not have children. They want kids. They want grandkids. There it goes. Very nice. Okay. It's always going to be bad. It's always, unless all those religions go away, which maybe they will, I don't know. But unless those religions go away, it's always going to be that way. Ooh. Which is, you know, it's kind of interesting because it implies, you know, the whole struggle with coming out for Will. The whole struggle with it is because there's lots of people who don't accept it still. Whether you quietly don't accept it or you out loud don't accept it, there's plenty of people who still don't accept it. And that's why the story writers still got to keep telling you, look at it, it's a beautiful thing, it's so good, you're going to love it. It is. So they're going to tell you that forever. Look at that, Mr. Luke Laurie. It is. Ooh. That's why you get memes like OnlyFans daughter or gay son or whatever. You know, you get memes like that. Ooh, yeah. Very nice. Hey, what's up, Mr. Javier? Is there a card set for Baldur's Gate? Ooh, that's an interesting one, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate card set. I don't think I've heard of that before. Okay, let's see if you got a bag. Lucas Lange has a bag. Luke Casta has a bag. Luke Laurie has a bag. I liked your hunter, by the way, Mr. Luke Laurie. I love the hunters from Halo. I don't know why they look so cool. They're such a great design for a bad guy. I chose OnlyFans wife. What? Wasn't this series set in the 80s? It should be impossible for him to come out at that time, just logically right. Yeah, so I talk about that so I'm 37. I was born in 1989. And so about 6 years in, I'm pretty aware of what's going on around me, right? It'd be 1995 then. And if you came out as homosexual as a kid, you would have immediately been looked at like you were homosexual, or like you were, I'm sorry, not homosexual, like you were a pervert or something. That's it. It was so completely unacceptable to be gay in the 1990s. You would not have been looked at like this guy who's like just a little different from everyone. It just wasn't a thing. No one did it. It was a frightening idea, even like parents were terrified that their kid might be homosexual because it basically meant you were like a pervert. That's what it meant. It wasn't like this nice, fun, loving thing where everyone got along and hugged you. It was like, ew. It was like, oh, shoot, dude. You're going to hell. God's going to smite you. Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what it was like in the 1990s. Everyone was religious back then. Very rarely were people not religious. And there might have been like big cities where that wasn't true, where maybe people were more mixed or more like open-minded and all that stuff, like Chicago, New York, California. But the majority of America was that very religious. And it just wasn't treated that way. And when you look at the 80s, 1981 was the AIDS epidemic. So yeah, it wasn't like this thing that was treated the way we treat it now. So that episode with Will was written like it was written last year. Like it came from our time period. It took many years. It was like the 2010s was the flip. 2010s is when everyone starts accepting it. They go, okay, you know what? Live and let live. They're a little different. It's okay. It's a beautiful, love is love, right? Hey, religion shouldn't decide this for me. So that was when it happened. all the way in the 2010s, basically, Lucas Lange. But all the way back then in the 1980s, now the mom would have been like, no son of mine's gay. The brother would have been like, come on, bro, you ain't gay. The friends would have been mortified. They'd be like, oh, he's gay. You know, it was probably a quiet thing. You didn't talk about it. It was probably this thing you kept to yourself for the most part. Maybe you and a couple friends understood it. But it wasn't something that you talked about. And you certainly didn't have like a 2025 style coming out scene with like all your family and friends. Hey guys, I'm gay. I don't like girls. You don't do that. It just wasn't a thing back then. I didn't know a single person in my time period in the 90s who would have accepted it even slightly. They would have all treated it like it was a criminal activity. They'd have been like, oh, yikes, I didn't know you were a criminal. That's how it would have been looked at. And it's just, you know, it's never going to be accepted. That episode's never going to be looked at like it was good because, number one, all the conservatives don't like it, the conservative religious people. Number two, everyone who enjoys good art, good writing, they're not going to enjoy it either because they're like, oh, bro, this episode could have been so much smarter. This episode could have been like him coming out to just him and his four friends, his three friends. It could have been the four original actors, and they're just there, and they're like, look, dude, we support you. You know what I mean? It could have been like that. But they made it so weird. Here it is. There's too much crying, too, by the way. It should have been anxiety, not crying. All right, there we go. Let's see what you guys are saying. Wasn't this series set in the 80s? That's right. Freddie Mercury, but that's a different conversation. That's right. Freddie Mercury. The writers also came out saying that Mike knew and understood Will was talking about him. Did anyone else catch that? Yeah, Will didn't look super pleased. For sure, somebody would have called him G-Lord. That was such a common insult. Now I can't even type it. All right, here we are. All right, here we go. Here's a hollow. And the writing for it could have been so much more realistic and still promoted a very pro-LGBTQ message. So it was just poorly written as well. That's the problem. So there's two problems to it. A, it's unrealistic. And B, if you're trying to make a pro-LGBTQ scene, you can do it way better by making something that's actually realistic. Mr. Lucas won a whole box of OP14. All right, very nice. Here's a hollow. Here's, yeah, it's all on our minds. We can't get it. We've been talking about the part 2 of Stranger Things now for season 5 for like since it released. It's so crazy. It's exactly like Game of Thrones season 8. It's a total meltdown. It's a total meltdown. It's just like or Star Wars, The Last Jedi. It's a total meltdown, guys. It's terrible what's happened. We are. It would have been peak if Mike started looking at him differently and turns out he was a raging homophobe and that turns Will into Vecna 2.0. What? Well, yeah, you could have taken it certain ways. It could have been tragic. Yeah, it could have been like Mike sort of says, you know what, dude, stay away from me. I don't want to be near you. You're gross. He could have done that. And then this could have been like a really bad moment for Will for having been vulnerable. And that could be like a low point in the story writing. And then maybe there's a point where, you know, in the last episode, Mike comes back and he says, you know, I thought about it more and I'm okay with it. And then maybe Will's like strong again or some crap like that, right? So there's many directions it could have gone. And it could still be a pro-LGBTQ message. But no, it's just bad writing overall. Just the writing itself is bad. Just, ooh, yeah. Game of Thrones is the comparison I try to make. LOL. Ooh, yeah. All right, Jinby. I know his name. There we go. Here's this guy. Vecna, in the first episode, flashback pushed Will to who he was today. Here's a hollow. And here's a hollow. I feel like there's so much to cram into the last episode, the final episode, because, you know, Vecna, he's not even the true bad guy, correct? He's actually just like a general for the Mind Flayer, and the Mind Flayer didn't make one appearance. Well, maybe one brief appearance when the little dude coughed up his syrup or whatever it is. But the Mind Flayer's been absent the whole time. And so I assume that's going to be the final episode. Here's this guy, Morbius. What's the chase pull in this one? You're always looking for a magma rare. And in this case, it's Mihawk Magma. Game of Thrones writers knew how bad it was going to be, but they took a month-long vacation in a remote island while the last episode aired. Did they actually? Well, I mean, they deserve a vacation. That's probably, they weren't hiding. They're probably just celebrating. You know, your show's over, and now you get to kick back and relax and not have to think about it anymore. It's finished. All right, not a bad box. You got a double hit box because of the alt card, the leader, I mean. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Watch the Mind Flayer actually be the colonel in disguise who ate bad chicken. What? That's for Lucas Launch. Thank you, Lucas. All right. Ooh. Very good. And very good. Are they actually redoing the last season of Game of Thrones? No. Now, Mind Flayer would be Kali. Oh my God, Kali's the Mind Flayer the whole time. Yeah, I know. All right. Let's take a picture of these beautiful cards. I don't want this guy to be $95. It's too much. He needs to be $75. Keep in mind, though, this is a pristine 10. He's definitely worth $75. $75 is a good price. I want that price to entice you. Okay, $75 on this beautiful. I might put him in the Poke Shuffle because I don't think we have one in the Poke Shuffle yet. Yeah, let's get him in there. All right, Poke Shuffling up. 75 is what? 50 plus 25, so 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, good. Yeah, make your predictions for the last episode if you guys wish. I guess we're talking about Stranger Things the last season. So this is going to say BGS 10, pristine, and it's going to say Mario, King, Clubs. Okay. Mac's going to call out Kali and put 11 in quite a predicament. I think it's going to be something like L convinces Kali not to commit suicide, and Will comes out as super gay and it gives him the power of love or something, and so now he can easily defeat Vecna. Vecna's like, whoa, this guy's way stronger now because he's gay. And you know, if somebody dies, I'm still betting on it being, you know, the sheriff guy because he doesn't have him and the mom don't have a reason to be around. I think the children all live. If anyone dies at all, it won't be the children, in my opinion. It'll be a happy message. Javier Arroyo, what's up, Mr. 10 Hollow Shuffles, 1 Prismatic. Hey, yo. All right, you got it. Javier. Don't you dare threaten Hopper. Yeah, I like Hopper too. But all the characters are fun. But I mean, which characters are truly expendable? Kali, I guess, is expendable. It is. All right. Maybe that's why they introduced her, just to kill her. Here's Knockdown. Okay. Ooh. Very nice. Smash that like button for me, guys, if you guys are enjoying the conversation. By the way, if you guys want to change the conversation, we can talk about anything you want. You're the audience, and you can control the conversation by just talking about what's on your minds. So let's place this up in your bag, Mr. Javier. Now, we created a new bag for you, didn't we? Is that what we did? Oh, I remember. We have another JA box, and you've got the whole box to yourself. Here it is. The Upside Down collapses, and every single one of them will die except for Max, and it'll be very sad and tragic. Now, that would be my favorite ending. I love tragic endings. Did you guys know that about me? I don't like happy endings. I feel like they're too unrealistic. I like mixed tragic endings. Maybe there's a little bit of happiness, not too much. You don't want to ruin it. Not too much. All right, what we got here? We've got Charizard. Ooh. Heary Cross. It's Heary Cross. Damn, my break is over. I'll see you guys for the later stream. Love y'all. See you later, Mr. Troy. Mr. Troy. I want to see Sarah Dusenberry again. I haven't seen Sarah in a while. Poor Sarah. So 10 hollow shuffles, which is really 11 hollow shuffles. Look how thick that box is. We kept it full. There's tons of slabs in here. If you don't like what you pull, you can re-roll it. Vecna will marry Will's mom, and will be a hot, steamy kiss between them. Then will Chris in the corner. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Obviously, the bravest character is going to be Holly. It's going to be so annoying, dude. She's like this character that didn't exist until this last season. Here we go. Okay, win. Oh, this is cool. Tetsu. That guy made that knocked out, too. Those are neat. Noibat pull, huh? Okay, Noibat. That's annoying. Okay, we got the lawnmower, the bracelet, crocodile, double omelet, seismitoad. So you got one Noibat coming out of here, okay? One Noibat. Let's find out what that Noibat is. I'm loving this this yarn music. The Woolly Adventure, whatever it's called. All right, give me a moment here, guys. With so many slabs in the box, it actually takes a while to find them. We have lots of cards grading these days, and so as a result, we have a very full Poke Shuffle with lots of different options in it. It's all the way in the back. Oh my God, it was the very last card. So this time it's going to be $40 Noibat. If you would like to re-roll it, it's 7 re-rolls. Let me know. I don't hear any music on my TV. It might be too quiet for you guys to hear. Any New Year's plans? Probably watch the... So what time does that new episode come out? The final episode. Let me see. Let me look it up. Last episode, Stranger Things. It releases... It's going to be something. Why do they make this so hard? Why is this so hard to find this stuff? New Year's Eve, December 31st, 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's about 7 p.m. for me. 7 p.m. That'll be right after the stream ends, I think. Is that Dubai chocolate actually worth the price? I finally tried Angel Hair Dubai chocolate, man. It's yummy. Re-roll. You got it, man. All right, Noibat is getting re-rolled. Wonder if I should put him back in. I suppose I will. So let's grab this box. This time he'll go in for $35. Okay. All right. So you get fewer spots next time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There it is. So he's going in for less than he came out for. We'll do that with certain cards, maybe like that Noibat. Good luck, man. Let's see what you got. Javier. The re-rolling on the Poke Shuffle and the live customs seems to be popular because people do it all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do we got here? 7 of these. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, rough, man. That's a rough round this time. I'm sorry, Javier. All right. Maybe it was worth it if you really didn't like Noibat, you know. Cold round. I'm tossing that up there. Sorry, man. Here's an order from... I'm going to hit refresh. What's your least expensive card? Probably purchased already. It's probably been sold to Mr. Ivan. Ivan likes to buy those. David made Labubu Dubai Chocolate, man. Love your logo. Just realized it reminds me of my favorite colors as a kid, the good old Dreamcast. You know, I did play the Dreamcast, but I never owned one. And the logo is just based off of the spiral. I like the spiral. It's cool. It's mathematically, it's cool. It's got some like cultural, like hypnosis, but, you know, or like the downward spiral or stuff like that. And then originally the colors were black and white for the other YouTube channel. But when we started this channel, we needed new colors. So I chose black and red, which are, they complement each other. They're cool looking colors. All right, there's no orders in the queue. It's an empty queue on this fine New Year's Eve Wednesday. Let's take a look at the breaks. That's what we do when it slows down. There is 1 spot left in this jumbo pack break. So there are all the packs. 1 spot left and the jumbo pack break goes off. Here's the bounty. You got the rest of today to make it into the bounty. So if there was a time to buy something that could get you into the bounty, it would be right now. The bounty can be gotten into based on pulling chase pulls. You got to pull some kind of like alternative art or some kind of thing, you know. So the bounty, last chance to get in there. It's a $300 card. Might be worth more than $300. That's a Lily Solgaleo, extremely rare. Excuse me. Here's the Mega Nidoking. He moved by 3 spots yesterday. The sublist did. So jump into the sublist if you want a chance for the Mega Nidoking. We've got the trade slab. All right, so the new trade slab is this Shinji Kanda, right? He's the guy who drew the Magic card. He drew the Slitherwing as well, and it's just a $35 break. You can trade in your junk to get a spot in the Slitherwing break. Here is the pack split. This time it is for Pokemon the First Movie. Have you ever considered getting into one of these, but you didn't want to buy it truly? So here it is, a chance to get into Pokemon the First Movie. Okay. Papa or movie. Here's the Charizard Heartbreak. It's one of the only big breaks left on the table right now. He's moving. He's moved by, I think, 2 spots since yesterday. So he is now 1 in 28, and there are 13 spots left. And so he is much closer to the end. And then for the lightning break, we have this beautiful Team Rocket Zapdos. It's a promo from Destined Rivals. And today, it's very cheap. And one day, it could be a $500 card, and you could be smacking your forehead going, why didn't I get into that break when it was cheap? That's the way I look at it. That's why it's a break. And we have this beautiful Astral Radiance box with 5 people moving the box up, 9 spots remaining. You can't go wrong if you pull a whole booster box. I mean, you can either open it or keep it sealed. And if you keep it sealed, you can just put it in your closet and let it go up in price over time. Now, if you open it, you might have a really dramatic, amazing opening. You might pull the chase card out, which would be really cool and a lot of fun. There's so many good cards in Astral Radiance, so it's a lot of fun to open. So there you have it. Those are the breaks. Consider jumping in one of those. We have all the same booster packs every channel has. In fact, some people have told me that our menu is actually much larger than other channels. So we have a very broad menu that we've built up over 6 years. But what really makes us stand out are all these excellent breaks. They're a lot of fun. There's actually one more break I didn't mention. So this one-piece box break for EB1. So we didn't mention that. And the Ancient Origins box break NHCC took spot number 25. So we got these spots remaining. $230. Let's get that box break done. Menu has more variety than other streamers. We got a pretty broad variety. Yeah. New hours killing me. Ugh. What's up, Charles? Dude, Charles, I'm getting the best sleep of my life, though. We switched it to red to represent rage and blood and cherries. Red for Charizard. Black for Darkrai? I don't know. Umbreon? Just wondering if you had a first edition Dutch base Zard. Don't care about the grade. No, that's too specific. I don't have that. What are the breaks, mister? I missed it. Just jumped in. I think Elizabeth is teasing me. Let me go ahead and hit a refresh over here. Oops, we're going to throw this away. I'm getting a Walmart delivery tonight. Oh, you know, I should have had crab legs delivered. I didn't think of that. We're just running low on water, so we like to buy drinks from Walmart. Can you pre-grade my Jinbei? Because the stream is slow. Well, hold on. We might have just gotten an order. He's like, give me a free pre-grade. Okay, so we do have an order from Javier. He says 2 live customs, 1 prismatic, 1 mega cream. 1 mega cream. By the way, mega cream is now $14 per pack if you guys are still interested in that. It's a set that got a little bit cheaper over time. You know, if you haven't pulled the Gengar, you haven't pulled the Gengar out of here, guys. This right here, Mega Dream. That Gengar is going to be popular for a long time. Please, bro. Please, bro. It's on pre-grade. Please, bro. 1 prismatic. And 2 lives. Let me get this done. Yo. That's not a standard thing, I guess, is what my response would be. We are. You ready? Did Mr. get any gummy worms? No, I didn't get gummy worms. Should I have gotten gummy worms? I had a donation last night for gummy worms. Maybe I should get gummy worms. All right, so this is harder to show off in vertical stream. Like, maybe I got to do it like this, but then my brain's, like, not very good at that. Maybe I pull this back here like that. There we go. That works. Oh, wait, we already did that. So we go 1, 2, 3 on these. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, live customs. Good luck. Those are the live customs. Got a Simpsons card and 2 Simpsons cards. Now, I kind of see how these packs handing out something a little bit better than just like a Korean common card. It is nice. So I got to find out how to pull that off maybe. Here we are. Uzumaki Pokemon. Oh, he said, yeah. I don't know, man. Uzumaki. Set this over here. So those are 2 cold lives. I'm sorry, Mr. Javier. No luck on that round. Let's take a quick look at these 2 packs. Biggest order of today, by the way, has been Luke Laurie. Luke Laurie, $250. We are. I think you're right behind him, Mr. Javier. Your order is close to maybe about 150, 160. Oh, what do we got? Wow, not bad. A little golden ogre pond popping out. That's not a problem. All right, golden ogre pond in 1 pack. And you guys will notice Prismatic's gotten a little more expensive. I went to restock it and it cost more. Here's Zekrom. Oh, yeah. What up, card? Do you remember me? It's Lisa Snow. How could I forget Lisa Snow? Lisa, everybody's name changed on YouTube. I don't even recognize people who have been here a long time now because I don't know their names anymore. So the name changes really screwed things up. We are, unfortunately. Because, you know, I'd have to know both of your names, your handle and your original nickname, your YouTube nickname that they got rid of. They got rid of YouTube nicknames. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been really bad, actually. Don't know why YouTube decided to do that. Javier Arroyo. I like that round a little bit. The Golden Ogre Pond was nice, at least. My name didn't change. Why, of course I know you. Lisa Snow. No, I don't remember you, Lisa Snow. How long ago were you here last? Yeah, Lisa Snow. Your channel and background are similar with Uzumaki clan logo from Naruto universe. I also did not watch Naruto. It really is just the love of the spiral itself. The spiral is a cool thing. I picked it out a long time ago. All right, picked it out almost 11 years ago. Very cool. Let's hit refresh. Snow, you say. Hey, bro, please, bro. Tell me you remember me, bro. Oh, I remember. We have an order from Mr. Jaded. 4 of the Poke Shuffle, 6 of the Fujimi Bunko Volume 1. Okay, not to be confused with Fuji Bunko Volume 2. We want Fuji Bunko 1. Here's Fuji Bunko 1. We need a fresh box of it. And we need some Poke Shuffles. Okay, Poke Shuffles. Notably, we did not sell a lot of that Chainsaw Man. I restocked a whole case of Chainsaw Man because of the Reze movie, and that movie did really well. I watched that. It was actually really enjoyable compared to a lot of the content we get these days. So I bought a case of that first edition, and that did not sell. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. But you know what continues to sell? Sexy girl card sets. We are. So I'm going to think a lot about that in the future. Here it is. Applin, Larvitar, Metacam, and Empoleon. Ooh, cold round there. 4 Poke Shuffles. And now the Fuji Bunko Volume 1. I need to go get a fresh box of it. I'll be right back. Mr. Must Buy More Metazoo is sealing more. It's sealing. I must buy it. It is sealing. Ta-da! All right. I came back in here. I grabbed more Mega Dream. Set that over there. And now Fuji 1. See you later, busy little ghost. How many in the box, Minister? Might buy one. The Fuji 1s? That's a good question. You know, I haven't repriced Fuji 1 in a long, long time. And this set sold out really hard in the past. I think it's time for me to take a quick look at it. All right, this feels like a 16-pack box. I need to know what Fuji Bunko is doing these days. Fuji Bunko Volume 1 is a reprint because it was so popular. Let's find out what these are doing these days. I'm not lying when I say we used to sell these for... Okay, there is no Fuji Bunko 1s. You can't buy a case of it. Let me try this. What's this? So we're putting a pause on Fuji Bunko as I do research on it, okay? Because back in the day, we used to sell these for $20 a pack. I'm not kidding. And then they reprinted it, and that dropped the price. And now it's been almost a year since that. I can't even find it. Give me a moment here. Weiss, Fujimi, Bunko, Volume 1 box. Let's see what the boxes go for. Oh my God, you cannot find it at all. All right, hold on. Bear with me, everybody. Bear with me. So these are imports from Japan. Let's see. Oops. Oh. Times this number. Oh, I forgot already. Hold on, wait. Okay. All right, so it says here Fuji Bunko should be $13 per pack if there's 16 of them. How many are there? That's a price change on these. I'm not surprised. Again, we used to sell these for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, it's still 16. So these are officially going to be 13 per pack now. These come from, of course, a fresh case. These are unsearched packs, unsearched boxes. Fuji 1 shall now go from $6.5 to $13. Pretty big change, actually. You know, we hadn't repriced those in probably close to a year, and I don't think everyone watches my menu. And if they had, they might have noticed those had gotten wildly out of price. TCG Republic has them for $142 per box. This is going to say Fujimi. All right. Give a moment here. All right. There we go. Now let me just check this real fast. Yeah, that's correct. All right. Which is the reprint? I don't think there's any first edition Fuji anywhere. I'd be surprised if anyone was selling first edition. It's probably all sold out. This is the reprint. So the one you found was probably also reprint. So that'll be the new price for now, is $13 per pack. Wow. It's crazy how that can happen. How's Fuji 2 doing, by the way? You think I should pick up a bonus case of it? Fuji Bunko Volume 2 doesn't seem expensive. Oh no, Fuji Bunko Volume 2 is much more affordable. So it's just Fuji Bunko Volume 1. There must be something in it. You know, there must be something in Fuji Bunko Volume 1 that people just go nuts for, right? That's got to be it. All right. I don't know what card it is, but somebody's going nuts for that card. Let's jump back over to orders. I should have just bought some, says Gabriel Gallegos. When we're repricing some, I'm not supposed to accept like a last second order. Here's Mr. Jaded. All right. Jaded, we had not looked into Fuji Bunko for like a year now, and they were cheaper a year ago because of that reprint. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. Check DMs, Mr. I sent ending to Stranger Things. You want me to read your theory? Everyone's got theories, Mr. Alex. We're going to call this Fuji 1. Makes it easier on me. So it's okay if these don't sell, even if these just sit around. Because eventually they'll probably just reach $20 a pack. We used to sell those for like $20. And we used to sell like Sneaker Bunko Volume 1 for like $27 a pack. There's some ridiculous price. And it all sold. It all sold out. As crazy as that sounds, it all sold out. All right, Mr. Jaded. I think it's because sometimes a card set has like a card in it that's so desirable. People are chasing that. And they don't really care about the price at some point. They go, who cares? I got to take my shot. There we go. You know, what's crazy is I've actually held think it's like 2 cases of Sneaker Bunko Volume 1. I actually held on to 2 cases of that. Oh, you might be very lucky right now. What do we got? Ooh, so that's that high school DxD character, huh? Tell me about these characters. Why are these so popular? This, little boobies shirt girl. Who's the target audience? What, for this? I guess guys, I don't know. Okay. Pack number 3. This girl blushing. This girl. Major Gooner anime. Here it is. Here's these girls. Here's this girl with her boobies out. All right. Here's a holo. Okay, there you have it. Thank you so much, Mr. Jaded. Jaded, you got the last round of them at that previous price. Let me see. My price was significantly below restock price. It is. And I guess nobody had noticed or cared. It's kind of interesting the way that works. Wonder what other sets on the menu are like that. High school DxD cards? Yeah. They come out of Fuji Bunko 1 and Fuji Bunko 2. They're both on the menu right now. It is. Yeah, a long time ago, we introduced the Y Schwartz cards to the menu, and one of the first sets we introduced was Y Schwartz Sneaker Bunko and Y Schwartz Fujimi Bunko, and they just sold like wildfire. They just sold so hard, and then all of a sudden, the price on them jumps online. Ooh, very nice. There we go. Let's put this in your bag, Mr. Jaded. Over time, people kind of stopped buying them, and I didn't think about them anymore. It's not a big deal to me, you know? All right. Let me close. Let me hide this. So this is Mr. Jaded, not to be confused with Jared, who is a different guy, different boy. It's the only one tempting me, so I'm assuming it is. Your SV base might be underpriced. Scarlet Violet base English. Let's see. Did you need a new bag? He didn't say new bag, did he? JA, let's try this box. Jason. Jaded. Here it is. All right. English base set Scarlet. I don't know how much of that I even have. I'm glad you have some tag. Hey, what's up, Zachary Weekly? I'm if you didn't know this about me, Zach, I'm an official tag grading middleman grader. Like I have a contract with them and everything. So you can come here and have me send some cards off to tag for you if you'd like. And then when they come back, we show them off. And people, we do 1 submission a month, and people will jump into that submission. We usually have a couple people in it. Yeah, we've been doing a ton of tag grading, but I do a lot of everything. I do PSA, I do BGS, tag. I haven't done CGC in a while. I guess I ought to do CGC. See, lots of tag slabs there. Lots of 9s because I pulled these out of the 9 box, but it is, see. That's a vintage card. I got to see my little bro eat. PSA needs to go. I don't feel that way about PSA, but, you know, that's up to them as a business not to get people to feel that way about them. Where's Mr. Luke Laurie? Oh, no, not Luke Laurie. Where's Lucas Lodge? Your names are all the same. You still watching, Lucas? Booster box at SV base is 220, so I'd say 2 8-packs is right in line. So here is Jinbei. See, notice how it's thin here and thick here, but actually it converts over here to a thicker size. Card looks fine to me, but you know, it's weird. You send it in and they'll grade it 9. I don't know how they decide that. Sometimes I wonder if the grading companies understand that this does not stay even, or if they grade it too quickly. Yeah, it looks well centered. Joe, that's not ice cream, it's yellow snow. Let's see. Put this back. Loving this sunlight, guys. I almost have to squint. Holy, dude. All right. What was I going to do? I forgot. Oh, yeah, it was Scarlet Violet, huh? Scarlet Violet. Well, first of all, I just realized we changed the price of Fuji Bunko on the website, but I don't think we changed it in our actual menu. Did we do that? Let me take a look. Yeah, okay, we did change it over here. Did we change it on the... Let me double check and make sure we changed it on the website then. I think we did. But let me take a look into Scarlet Violet as well. He's saying Scarlet Violet might be underpriced. So you're saying Scarlet Violet is 8. Let's see. Did Tag grade One Piece? Yeah, they do. They grade One Piece, sure. Oh, come on, dude. No, send me back here. So it looks like the base set Scarlet Violet would go up by just about $1. It's not actually a big change. But, you know, you are seeing this with a lot of sets where they're just creeping up very slowly. And not as big of a jump as that Fuji Bunko, is it? Yeah, the Fuji jump, I can't speak. Fujimi Bunko was actually really off price. And we had just not checked it for like a full year. Scarlet Violet, let's see. Oh, there it is. Crazy. All right. We're going to set that to 9 real fast. I don't really think that's going to change much for that set because people weren't buying through it anyways. There it is. It probably could have been 8 and it wouldn't have mattered much. So we're hitting refresh. G cards are going to stop printing in spring. What are G cards? Martin Ramirez is next. He says 23 of the EB3s. You got it, man. Okay. Did you see a box of this get opened? The website is a bit tricky for the mobile phone. I didn't even find the search bar. Ooh. So in mobile version, she says it's hard to find the search bar. Let me take a quick look at that. Hold on. Let's try it. The TheCardconomist shop. Ah, so where's that search bar hiding? You are so correct. That seems really important to be able to find the search bar. Oops. There it is. She's right. What was the trick? Do you remember? I mean, it has to be changed ultimately. That's what that means. Let me try turning it sideways. So even when you turn it sideways, the search bar is missing. All right, that's no good. Okay. I'm going to mention that to Tammy right now. I didn't even find it. So you didn't find it at all. It's on the website, but it's not, apparently it's not showing up on mobile. All right. So we'll look into that. We'll have it moved, okay? Hey, Mr. Sent a website order, but it just emptied my cart and no receipt. Can you check and see if it was received? Yes, it says pending payment. I think that means that you were putting the order together, but you didn't actually pay for it. I've seen that before. There it is. Your order was for 2 spots in the pack split, 1 box Fuji Bunko 2. Let me go ahead and snip these. Yeah, Fuji Bunko 2 is pretty affordable still, and it's based off of the same set, so that's probably the smart move. Just want to say something about it. Sorry, mister. Oh, you did a good job. I'm glad you said something about it because we'll go improve it. We are snipping this. Here we are. And here's this. Yeah, we'll go make an improvement to that, Miss Alexandra. We want the website to be easy to use. Okay. Tell me. I sadly never found it. I often search for bars. Easier to stay home. From what I understand, the codes on the Weiss cards are different even though the art is the same. Look at the letter in the lower left of every Pokemon card. What? Okay. How do you differentiate the reprint cards from the first print Weiss? That's a great question. One thing I know is true is that the signatures will be different. And those are the chase cards. So people care the most about those. And Reprints will have silver signatures, whereas first print, the original first print, will have golden signatures. Ooh. So that's where it's the biggest change. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Here's an SR. Ooh. Okay. Do I just wait for it to clear? The pending order. Well, the payment for it hasn't gone through. There's no payment. It says pending. It says pending payment, which means I wasn't. This order has been received, but there's no payment. Pending payment orders are waiting customer action. So in other words, it's saying that you've sent the order over, but there's no payment with it. I don't know if that means there's somewhere you can go and find the order again. All series stay the same. Okay, there you go. Mr. Happy Gengar, Mr. John Lucas knows. It is. It's all about those Siggies. Ooh, Trafalgar Law. Very nice. Very good. Okay. What do you think? Should we go after more Weiss Schwartz Nikkei? Seems like that sold through pretty heavily yesterday. You weren't the only one buying it, too. I think people saw you opening it, and they opened some, too. It is. Here's a holo. Here's... So we got one Trafalgar Law lady. What's up with that? Why is he a lady now? First edition is always gold, and any reprint is silver. Some reprints they don't mark as reprints and will still contain gold Siggies. Ooh, we are very nice. Maybe because they intended for it to still behave like first edition. They're like, wait, actually, we intended to print more of that. Okay, and there's your hit right at the end, the very last pack. This velvety lady. Happy New Year, says Edward. Hey, what's up, Mr. Edwards? All right. Lots of sleeps. Very good. That was for Martin Ramirez. Mr. Martin with an MA. Did you buy any of the Union Arena Nikkei? I did not. I did know that was coming out, so I was aware of that, but I just kind of stayed away from it. I could bring some in. Is it... See, I don't understand. Is Nikkei itself very popular? I couldn't tell if it was just people buying booby cards or if Nikkei itself is very popular. I've seen some SR prints of Weiss that have slightly different coloring. Good morning, mister. How's the stream going? What's up, Mr. Drew Phillips? How's it going, man? It's going really well. I'm here. You're here. We're drinking beer. Here's Mr. Oh, I gotta hit refresh. I hate it that it does that. So you have to hit refresh sometimes on the queue or else you get an old order for some reason. Here's Javier. He says, for the Gem 3s. Ooh, Gem 3s it is. So that's our specialty box here. Pull that out. That doesn't belong in here. Now, we're going to put this back here now. Pull these gems to the front. And I think this needs to be combined with another... Yeah, this needs to be combined with this bag right here. Like that. Good. Okay. And we need a fresh box of the Gem 3. Come on now. Ugh. I'm glad you're doing a morning stream now. I would have to stay up way late to catch the late night stream. Yeah, actually, there's been some really positive responses to the morning stream. Not everybody loves it, but there's been a surprising number of people who really like it. And they happen to be in the stream. They're like, wait a second, this time's awesome. But we've been streaming at night for 6 years, and so I'm sure there's going to be some lost sales from that, some fallout. There's going to be people who can't be in this stream. They can only be in that nighttime stream. And hopefully, over time, we build up some new people who run into us and say, hey, you're what? You're streaming in this time period? Oh, wait. There it is. That's the 4 you bought, and these go back in here. I like this time also. Happy New Year, sir. Greetings from Singapore. May I ask how this works? Hey, how's it going? We've shipped to Singapore multiple times, and the way it works, we open packs live. We also host breaks. We sell slabs, $48, $36 US. And basically, if you would like to order some cards, because you like collecting like we do, you would send money over PayPal, ZELLE, Cash App, Wise, Venmo. You can find all that in the description of the live stream. We also have a website. A website can be used to order mostly the same packs. So there's two ways to buy it these days. You either directly send money over on your preferred payment app, or you use the website, one or the other. So we can do either. Like with international buyers, many of them like to use the Wise app, and that's been very popular. Let me go ahead and hit play on this. But not everybody. Some people use like PayPal stuff. Lots of different methods. What is this fan service you speak of? I like the nighttime stream, but we got to be realistic. 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. are the worst time to be streaming. Yet we always filled up with orders. That was 4 straight hours of uninterrupted streaming. Karis was asleep. Your wife is asleep. She doesn't need to know what you're doing at 2 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, I mean, and it's not a bad time period in some places. That's a convenient time period in some places. So, there we are. There's Bonnet. Here's Houndstone. Okay. Get on the very cute OP box break. That's right. Here's Houndoom. We got to get Alexis back in here. She kind of cooled off, huh? Here we are. Did I say Alexis? Not Alexis. I'm sorry. 6. Their names sound similar. There we go. Very nice. Alexis is supposed to come over today, but I might tell her she doesn't have to. Okay. I'm glad you're getting more sleep. Have you invested in a good mattress? We just have a cheap Walmart foam mattress. That's all. Maybe I should do that. But no, it's actually really nice. Not only does Karis sleep alone when we were doing the overnight time stream, I was sleeping alone for like 6-7 years. So yeah, it's a long time. Javier, let's grab you back. I might switch places with these boxes since this box is very full and isn't about to change. Okay, this one can go up top. And this one can come down and hang out with us. There you go. I miss our 6C. I think she's kind of taking a little break from buying stuff. People do that, I think people go on buying sprees for a while, and then they go, all right, I need to take a break from this. So I think that's, that I've seen that many times, actually. It's not a surprise. Ooh, I want a different drink. Custom payment is the problem, mister. Tell me about the custom payment real fast. How did that cancel the order? It's good that we're working out these issues with the website. Like, we just noticed that you can't find the search bar. Got receipt 2. Oh, my eye is so itchy. All right, so this time the order has gone through 2 minutes ago. Oh, no, wait. No, that's Mr. Martin. All right, Martin Ramirez. He says 1 EB3 box. Bear with me. I'm going to have to go cut open a fresh case of the EB3s. I'll be right back. Let's plug my phone in. My phone should be plugged in. It needs to charge. No idea, just empty cart, and it didn't go through. Weird. So some kind of website glitch, it sounds like. Thought I had a drink. Didn't I have a drink? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I should have brought 2 of these in here. What am I thinking? All right. Look what else we got. Ooh. Look at this. Do, do, do. There it goes. That's a fresh black-white deck. Nice. All right, got some good cards in there. Beautiful. These are black and white deck poker cards. They used to be a little cheaper a couple years ago. They're getting more expensive over time. It's not a surprise. I mean, it's black and white era. Put that in there now. We can use that to restock those booster packs. What is that? Can you teach us poker? I could actually. Yeah, I know poker. You know, poker's a game of basically you have a dealer. He's going to deal everybody 2 cards. And then on the table, he lays down, I think it's like, does he lay down 2 cards at the start or does he lay down 1 card at the start? So everybody looks at their cards in their hand and they decide if the cards kind of pair up. So there's like, you can have doubles where it's like 2 10s. You can have like all aces. You can have all queens. You can have ace, king, queen, 10, jack. You can have all clubs, all you know, spades. You can have all hearts, all diamonds. You can have a pair of 2s, a pair of 5s. And each of these card pairings have like a score system in the game where some, you know, pairings are better than other pairings, right? Like if you have 4 aces, you win. And your cards and everyone else's cards also add up with the ones that get laid down in the middle of the table. So some cards get laid down in the middle of the table and you get to add your pairings with whatever's on the table. So you get to see what everybody's getting in the table, but you don't know what your opponent's 2 cards are. And then what makes the game fun, once you see how good or bad your hand is, like how your hand scores, you know, if it's going to be a strong hand or a weak hand, you get to place a bet. And there's usually some rules around how the bet is placed. There's kind of like a bet leader. So each person gets a turn to be the leader, and they get to raise the pool in the table. And if he raises it, you have to decide whether to give up or whether to follow him in and raise it with him. So if your opponent has 2 cards and a couple cards get laid out on the table by the dealer and you're like, oh, I got a strong hand, and then he raises, you have to go, okay, I'll raise 2. I'm putting money into the pot in the middle of the table. And if you're scared that his hand is better than yours, you fold. So you go, okay, I'm out. I don't want to play this hand. That's basically poker. I just explained it very quickly. It's a simple game, but it gets really complicated because of the mathematical possibilities. You know, you're counting what's in your hand, you're counting what's on the table, and you have to do some really fast math on what's possible. What kind of hands are possible. And then your opponent can deceive you. He can have 2 really bad cards in his hand, and then he can raise the pot and say, oh, I'm raising the pot by $100 because my hand is so good. And you have to question if he's tricking you or not. Is this guy tricking me? Does he really have good cards, or is he bluffing? That's the word bluff. And that's why we get the term poker face, because people try to hide their expressions from each other while they play, so you can't read them. You can't. Looks like you're bluffing. You're making a certain face. Here it is, Martin Ramirez. All right. Nice stream, was a vibe. Answer Mike Side's question. Trivia, mister, what beats a 4 of a kind? Ooh. Well, obviously 5 of a kind, where it's not 5 of a kind, but like a flush or whatever it's called. Is it called a flush or a straight? Unfortunately, I don't have all the vocabulary for the poker set memorized, but I know like you can have 5 cards where it's all spades, for example, or you can have an ace, king, queen, 10, jack, or any other combination like that, like a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be 4. That would be 4 of a kind. 4 of a kind is a very rare hand, and it's a very strong hand. If you have 4 of a kind, but your opponent also has 4 of a kind, and he's got a higher something about his hand is stronger. Here it is. Is that possible? Actually, I don't know if that's possible. That might not be possible, actually. Straight flush, that's right. Or royal flush, that's right. Straight flush or royal flush. So that's when you have 5 of a kind, and they're not like the same. You know, it's not like a pair of 6s, but it's like king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, or whatever. Here we go. It's really fun. If you ever watch people play poker, it's actually pretty fun to watch. Karis and I watched people play poker for like a whole month because it was really entertaining. But then we kind of got bored and stopped again. It's actually a lot easier to watch than people playing the Pokemon card game, which kind of made me feel like, wow, people who design TCGs need to design them better. Did the Jumbo Pack Break go off, says Mr. Vishal. No, sir, there's 1 spot left in the Jumbo Pack Break. Yes. All right. Here's a hollow. I'm dangerous on the Hold'em table. Here's a hollow. Yeah, but, you know, the rules can be like this. So, like, you can have a pair of aces, and you're like, I got a pair of aces, 2 aces. I got a great hand. And then your opponent shows his hand, and it turns out he's got 3 2s. So a 2 is like the weakest card in the game, right? It's the lowest card. But because he has 3 of them, he wins. He has a triple pair. And so a triple pair is going to beat your double pair, even though he's got 2s and you've got aces. So the game's really fun that way. You have to know all the scoring in the game, how all the hands kind of line up, how they all kind of pair with each other. And, ooh, look at that Nami. Once you understand that, you can judge how good your hand is and how good the cards on the table are. Part of the fun of poker is, as the game progresses, the dealer puts down more cards into the middle of the table. And as he does that, the dynamic of what you can possibly score in your own hand changes, but also what your opponent can score. You know, so let's say your opponent is holding on to an ace, and currently on the table there's a king and a queen, and your opponent's got an ace and a 10. Well, if the dealer puts down a jack, all of a sudden your opponent has a royal straight or royal flush or whatever. If you watched every hand of a poker game, it would be the same. The TV shows you the big hands. That's right. I'm dangerous on the Hold'em table. I ain't got time for that. It is. I think I'd be pretty good at poker myself. I think I'd enjoy it. But I don't want to get involved in it. I don't have time. Martin Ramirez. All right, Martin. I hope you have a sealed Pokemon poker deck so we could play one day. Karis and I were playing poker with each other because we were practicing. We thought about hosting poker nights. Grab this. But we don't have any friends out here. Guess we can invite Alexis. We got a big bag. I think this is the last amount that the bag can hold. The bag's still viable. Next round, we'll get you 2 bags. All right. I'm going to outwork LFG. What'd you guys think of that? That was a lot of words. It's way easier to show you. There it is. But I can't show you right now. I don't have any cards to do that with. Next up, we have Gabriel Gallegos. He wants 16 of the Fujibunka Volume 2 and 12 of the Japanese EV3s. Let me go grab that. I'll be right back. Let me put this back under the table. All right, so Fujibunka Volume 2 and EV3. Be right back, guys. All right, so now what was this? I'm gonna put this over here. Wonder what that was. Good. You guys ready to go straight outside for a walk after this? I have the day off. All right. I'm going to open this because we had just run out. Okay. So here's the restock on Gunslinger of the Abyss. Yeah, we'll take the camera. We'll just go straight outside for a walking stream right afterwards. Hello, says Mr. TCG. What's up, man? Okay. That's a lot of cards. Will this even fit in this bag? Okay. Good. Okay. I say we open up a child care center out here in Lake of the Ozarks. Now, here's your whole box of Fujibunko 2. So these are a little bit cheaper still. Is it because they printed so much, or is it because Fuji 1 has some super desirable chase card in it, I wonder? Let's find out. Nothing much. Waiting for my Amazon packages to get here. Hoping to get some packs soon. There it is. Thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel. You've got this as your promo. Move this box into my legs real fast. Stabbing me in the legs. All right. Very good. Okay. So today, what have we talked about today? We've talked about Pizzagate. We talked about Stranger Things, Will. I mentioned briefly some theories about how the show should end. We talked about how to play poker. Is anything else? What's going on in the news these days? I know we attacked Venezuela's ports, which is an attack on land. Putin and Ukraine are still not getting along. They're not kissing. That's a pretty sad situation over there. All right. Here it goes. Hey, mister, any luck on my slabs? Hey, no. What was going on with the slabs? What were we doing with it? That's Card Rush, right? Are you saying you're Card Rush? Apologize. I don't have all the names memorized. Whoa. Holy elf queen. Expect more orders now. I can pay on for on site. Let's see. Ooh. Look at that. Very lovely. Here's a holo. So if you're Mr. Cashflow, no, we haven't done that yet. Miss Alexis could come in today, maybe, if I told her. But it is New Year's, so it might be something we work on Friday. I think that's fine, because I don't even think there's mail pickup, right? I know Karis is off tomorrow, so I'm off tomorrow. That's how that works. So there's going to be no stream, no morning time stream tomorrow, by the way, guys. I should have mentioned that. It is. Tomorrow's what, Thursday? I don't like to miss Thursdays. Here's this lady. Konnichiwa. Okay. Notably, there's less high school DXD in these packs. That's what's going on, certainly. Actually, is there no high school DXD? I don't think I've seen any high school DXD. Here's this. All right, I'm getting it now. If high school DXD shows up in a set, it's really expensive. Ah, here we are. So I got one card for them. Very nice. So I would assume that there's some chase cards in here with high school DXD then. Who just said I could have a free card like the one in the middle? Yeah. Here's this. Lovely. So there you have it. One whole box. No Siggies in this box. All right. Cool, man. I'm cash flowing. That's fine. Thank you for the update. Yeah, she hasn't come in yet. She's the one who does the shipping. I guess what we need to do is Probably would make you feel better if you knew for sure that the cards existed, because the last time you had stopped in was like 824 or something like that, right? I don't think I would have taken any slabs yet. I can be pretty slow with the slabs. Free ones, bro? Yeah, we're the free ones. I don't think we set up a free one today. We are? Okay, let's snip this. There we are. So our house is needing some repairs, man. We got some rotting boards. We got these terrible woodpecker holes. And it's turning out that those issues cost thousands of dollars. So I need to raise some money for that. There it is. Oh, let me message Care something. Oops. All right. There we go. Now, wait a second. He didn't order a whole box of these. He ordered 12 packs of the EB3s. All right, let's see how it goes. Because if these 12 packs are cold, we'll see what happens. I was snipping a bit too fast there, wasn't I? I've done that before. So here's one. Let's see how lucky we get. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. That's too bad. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I suppose I'll take these last ones for myself. I don't know. Oops. I gotta be more careful with that. It's a lot of money, actually, to make that mistake. I'll give you one free stinky shoe. I feel there's some giveaways that got lost in the abyss. Yeah, actually, there might still be another Mark giveaway. There are. There are. It's actually much easier to host giveaways in horizontal mode. Vertical is so crammed. Here's this. You have such a limited space for new slabs. Forces you to stop and take slab pictures. That's what it is. All right, pretty cold round. Okay, why don't you take this SR? I'll put this in the bulk, and I'll put these away as well. That sucked. Oops. Mr. Gabriel. Okay. We'll pop this over here. Where's Mr. Mark? Has Mark stopped in? I haven't seen Mark in a little while. Okay. The Abyss, huh? Vecna's Island. Okay, so he had told me to give away some MetaZoo slabs. Let me see if any of those are left. Ah, here it is. A Mr. Mark, Babe the Blue Ox. All right, guys, we got a giveaway running. Still the generous Mr. Mark. You know what? I don't need to get a new sleeve for this, do I? Let's get this started up. Good. The music's making me sleepy. Sleep. Meow, 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 meow. There it is. Babe the Blue Ox. He's a MetaZoo character. He got a lucky 10. He's just giving it away anyways. All right, so that is reset. And I'm going to put Miss Alexandra on it for fun, okay? She's a big fan of these. Okay. So she gets to go on automatically. I'll put a Thim on too, actually. He's been buying these. I feel like I'm being unfair to him if I don't do the same thing. All right. Actually, one more person. Matthew Hill. So they go on automatically. I know they're MetaZoo buyers, which is kind of a rare breed. Okay. Say refresh over here. How long we been live? Javier Arroyo, 1 prismatic, 2 hollow shuffles. I have a bag. Okay, 1 prismatic. Ooh. Peeling that. Hathim is a pro sniper. I'd be watching. Here's Umbreon. Hathim, I think he in some cases, he must like actually watch for a particular product and keep count on it. All right. Not a bad strategy. Anyone can do it, though. Move this over here like that. Okay, a little Umbreon. Good. Boy, yesterday we had like 90 viewers in this stream yesterday. Here's another card. TheCardconomist Gyarados 10, huh? That was graded, actually, not that long ago. Huh. 10,000. I guess it's been that much time, has it? It's weird. We have not done a lot of TCC grading in a long time. What do you guys think? You think I should hire somebody and get back to this? I think that person would require a lot of training. Maybe it would just be a once-a-week job, too. We wouldn't do it all the time. Here's a Scyther. All right. And look at this nice card. Yeah. All right. I'll put this back down. That Rayquaza might make a very good giveaway, actually. So 2 hollow shuffles, Javier. Let's grab them. What's the TCCG Gary a low cert? No, actually, he's a high cert. He's 10,000. So that would have been done very much near the end. That was after John. So it's just been that long. Wow. God, man. Post-John. We're in the post-John era. We are. 1, 2. Okay. What do we got here? 2 cold ones. I have so many TCC Tops movie slabs. Huge fan of the channel. I watch every day, says Daniel. Ah, that's really nice of you, Daniel. All right, that's 2 cold ones, Mr. Javier. All right. Let's see. We're hitting refresh. Do you have the Tag Team Dream Box? Dream Box. I don't know what that is. Tag Team Dream. Here is the Jumbo Pack Break. It needs 1 more person in it, by the way. Let's show off what's in here. It's a $40 1 in 4 odds to pull this whole thing. You got Metazoo, My Little Pony, Chilling Rain, Minecraft, 2 packs of this, Hello Kitty Cat, Animal Crossing, Rascal Doesn't Dream, Final Fantasy, Mega Dream, Inferno Charizard, Solo Leveling, Pixar, Phantasmal, Prismatic, Carrying on His Will, Silver Tempest, Nikkei, Pikachu, Blue Sky Stream, and Gundam. Pretty interesting mix. The Dream Tag Team Box has Solgaleo and Lunala on the front. I don't think I have that. It's a nice full bag this time. There we go. How much are those Gundams? Aren't they like $5? We're almost out of them. I think we're on like the last box of them, actually, to be honest with you. People ask about them at card shows. Somebody needs to make cards of modern conspiracy stuff, pyramids, Anunnaki, Nephilim, Planet X. I think there was a set like that back in the 90s or something, wasn't there? So we get a second to go ahead and price some new cards. Let's show off those break slabs once more. And I think I'd be interested in potentially hosting a new break slab. So here's Zapdos, Charizard, this, the trade slab, the Mega Break, and the Bounty. Last day to get on in the Bounty, guys. Last chance. Then the Bounty's over. Mew for $35, but it's from 2019. Here's Ho-Oh. And here's Charmander. There's that Nami. So let's turn this Nami into another gym break. We hosted a gym break on this last time, and it finished right away. This is Promo Nami. It's actually, I guess it's a rare card. I think it's in English too, isn't it? No, it's a Japanese promo. Not sure if that even matters, but there it is. So she shall be a new gym break. Do you have a personal collection? What is your rarest card? That's a very common question. Maybe I should make like a rarest cards compilation in my collection. Look at this. I had a gentleman asking about this card just the other day. Just yesterday, in fact. He wants this Mew Southern Islands 10. He was asking if it was for sale. I got this for $5,000. Pop 20 still, right? Almost impossible to get this in a 10. Okay, let's see. Yep, population 20. The PSA estimate on it is 24,000, but I don't think that's correct. I think it's likely higher than 24 by now. Is this the holy grail of Mews? What's the most desirable Mew to own? I don't know. Let me look up Pokemon Mew. PSA 10 Mew. Let's try that. PSA 10 Mew. And then let's go by highest price. Do you think your inventory is worth more than $1 million? Well, probably now, yeah. It wasn't always that way. Back when I started, I had less stuff. I hadn't made as much money yet over time. You make money over time, you know. And what did I do with all my money? I didn't go to Disneyland at all. I just invested everything. So I invested everything. What did I invest into? Slabs. Slabs and sometimes booster boxes, but mostly slabs, actually. I could have done booster boxes strictly, and that would have been okay, but yeah, I did slabs. And some of my slabs are exceedingly rare. But it looks like the most expensive Mew is, I don't know. Somebody wants 130,000 for the Gold Star Mew. That seems too high. I don't know. Maybe I should send this into PSA and list it for like, I wonder if I could list it for like 200,000 just to show it off. There's only 20 of them. I could just list this from my own home and post it for that much, but I don't know. This guy was a lucky purchase, 4,000. I bought this card ungraded and it graded 10. It's a sketch card. What are the odds of that? That's lucky. This was one of my earliest purchases. Bought it for 2,700. He's selling now for like 20,000, is he? Snorlax? I've done well. But you know what? Nobody believed in the hobby when I was buying these. I just want to point that out. When I was buying these, no one thought they were going to do this. There were a lot of people who were haters. There were a lot of people saying, oh, you're an idiot. It's like when people were buying crypto, and crypto was cheap. And now crypto is expensive. But I was doing that with Pokemon, not with crypto. I graded this one myself. Is he still Pop 3? Really proud of this one. That's a Topps card. Give me a second here. So when I was buying these, people thought, you know, you're buying cards, you're crazy, you're an idiot, Pop 3. But I've got more cards like this. I just need to get them, need to pull them out. That card can probably be put away. This is a cool card, the Deoxys Rayquaza. What do you think this guy costs now? Oops, give me a second. Karis and I were actually talking about increasing our security last night. Thing is, as the value of these go up, I feel more and more like it's dangerous to be living with them. So we're talking a lot about that, and we're talking about how to increase our security and how to kind of get rid of these. We want to send them away. So all of that's, you know, we're thinking a lot of it could go to the vault. Look at this coin on the internet. I want to show you one. Oops. This coin right here, that one's mine. Sitting in the PSA vault, listed by PSA. 5,000 CGM. Apparently the CGM means it's the first print wave of the decks. So it's even more rare because other Chansey coins are just CG. The M means it was printed first. And so it's like first edition. And that's the first Pokemon coin. There it is. I remember when I graded those and offered them on the table. And I think we sold one for like 400. You should insure them and put them in a lockbox. Yeah, we have a little more than that. That's the starter steps, but we have a little more than that. But, you know, it's getting to a point where they're going up in value and it's feeling kind of ridiculous. And so we're feeling increasingly like we either don't want to live next to them or they just all go to the PSA vault or something. I don't know. It's kind of scary to leave them in the PSA vault too because, well, then you can't access them anymore. Like they're secured, but you can't look at them, which it kind of defeats the purpose of collecting. And to get them back, they have to be shipped back to you. And so each time they ship, there's a chance that they're destroyed or lost. So I don't know. It's really tough. I might just keep a couple good cards around me. I don't know. These can go away. Okay, can you show the Mew? Which Mew? The Southern Islands Mew? The one I just showed? Let me put this over here. Yeah, I'm always showing off a couple cards. There's some cards I like more than others. Let's see. Got a lot of cool Zards over here. I don't know. I can't just show off these Zards all day, can I? Put these away. All right. I've showed off these cards enough. I've showed them off too many times. Southern Island Mew, I just got here. Yeah, I can show that off one more second. Here. All right. That guy right there. The Spectrum guy's offering to lower the price of our internet from $120 a month to $40 a month. Wow. Karis is telling me the salesman on the phone with her while she's trying to cancel Spectrum is being really aggressive. I told him no like 20 times. He's like saying, that's crazy. You're willing to pay $700 more a year? It's like, holy, only 40? Well, yeah, I've been probably a very good customer for a long time. There we go. Okay, let me hit refresh. Yeah, Karis is telling me he was really aggressive. He's like, okay, well, that seems crazy. You do you. It's not crazy when their service is so bad. There it is. You were their last customer. Maybe they're losing a lot of customers. It's possible. So what do we got here? We got Miss Beatrice. Can I get a spot in the Nami gym break? Yes, you can. Let's get you in there. That's the gym break. Miss Beatrice. They always do that. You can lower your bills just by calling to cancel with no intent to do so. Yeah, you know, it's funny. The Como guys who just installed our new internet told me that. They said when you call up Spectrum, they're gonna offer to lower. And I was like, that doesn't matter. $40 a month. We were paying $120 a month, man. That makes me think that their pricing structure is to be high up front, and then when you offer to cancel, to have lots of room left to reduce. Thank gosh we can leave bum-ass Spectrum in 2035. F them. That's how I feel, man. Legend of Debt says, can you read my last message? It just says, only 40 holy. Okay. Mr. Mark says, Happy New Year. May I donate the Destined Rivals Moltres to you and give one to chat? Not the main Moltres, but the other stamped Moltres. Can I think I have 4 of them? So you would like to donate Moltres to chat. We were just doing a giveaway on one of your cards that we hadn't finished giving away. Let's see. Mark J. Valerian. Is you opening Yu-Gi-Oh? Maybe. Is you? Oh, hi, Mark. There you go. That's not going to be it. Scuba-dee buns. Scuba-dee buns. One of these? One of these? Like that? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about one of these? There's a lot of different Moltres. Spectrum can fail. I mean, they were okay. It's just the internet can't go down 4 times in October. And then when it goes down, you try to contact them. It's super hard to contact them. And then when you tell them your internet's been messing up a lot, they take forever to send a guy out. And then he just doesn't do anything. And then your internet still sucks. So I don't know. I don't know. Their competitors are chomping at their heels. He says that one. Doopy 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 gooby buns. So you got a lot of the etched one and a lot of the EX ones. Do do Scooby Scooby buns. Do 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 do. How many left on the trade? Oh, how many spots left on the trade slab is your question. 5 spots left on the trade slab. Thoughts on Japanese tag team PSA 10s as investments? Japanese tag team PSA 10, that's so specific. They could do well. Yes. Okay. I wouldn't import them from Japan because you got to pay a tariff when you import them now. So that sucks. So I'd be looking out for that. Take an etch one for yourself, mister. Oh, what? It is. He's trying to give all his cards away. We're going to put this Moltres here. Let me put that in there like that. And let me grab a sleeve. Oops. Put it like this. So here's the deal, Mr. Mark. We got this for a giveaway, but we've already got, oops, this for a giveaway. I think we're going to run this one first. We're going to run this one second, okay? Let this one run out first. Thoughts? Oh, I already read that. You're too generous, Mr. Mark. I'm getting a lot of messages. He's like, we'll send someone out there today. Bro, such a hard breakup. It's funny, man. All right. You having a good day, Mr. Mark? So Mark's being very nice. And let me up this card over here. December donations with Mark going up by maybe like another 20 bucks. Let's see. Mark. This goes up to $9.45. There it is. The Spectrum was like, please, bro. Don't leave, bro. Yeah, a little bit. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Here's a Vicious going on to this Mark giveaway slab. There it goes. And I've been collecting some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah? You've been collecting some Yu-Gi-Oh? Here's Little Pony. My Little Pony. Here's Yoshi. And here's Squirtle. So we got Squirtle, Yoshi, and Granny Smith Apple. All right. Good. I think the queue's empty, so I'm going to put up another slab up here real fast. What do you guys think of this bad boy? Joda the Unifier. So let me try finding this. This is called SpongeBob 1932. Wow, pricey. Are they all hollow or? I can't tell actually. Are they always holographic? You can't actually tell if the one in the PSA vault is holographic. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's confusing. So ours is holographic, but I can't tell if the other one is. Let me check sold. All right. I think he's a really interesting card. Maybe we just host a break on this one. I said I was looking for another break. Here's a non-Pokemon break. Okay. All right. We're going to have a SpongeBob break on the best SpongeBob card. It is. It says foil. Nice. I was trying to read that. I couldn't find it anywhere. Probably just not seeing it. Okay. Seems like the kind of card that would go pretty fast, but I don't know if it will. So it's going to be 1 in 8, but it's going to be 1 in 9 because we're going to add a star spot. So the total shall be 1 in 9. As you know, a star spot is a $40 spot that gets transferred to another card. This. I suspect this one could go pretty fast. Did you just say ew to SpongeBob? I didn't say ew. Ooh, what should this be called? I don't know what to call it. Let me see. Now we have Ice Spice and SpongeBob movies. Shake my head. Kevin Maldonado says, what? I'm still learning about these secret lair cards. I don't fully understand them. Hold on, let me try this. Sealed? Let's see. I wouldn't mind restocking this, but I don't really understand what is what. Full set? Is that right? Is that what I had? Oh, I see. So that's like a whole set. All right, so I'll request another round of these, and we'll see if we can get lucky a second time, but maybe not. We'll find out. We'll call this break the Bob break, because it's the Bob break. All right, cool. I think there was a full set of foil and non-foil. Wait, refresh on this. What do you need to know? I buy them quite often. I'm just learning a little bit about them. There we are. They're sold for a limited time as a full set. The cards are already known inside besides the bonus card, which can be several versions. So they still have a chance when you open them to hand out a specialized card. Is that what you're saying? That's really interesting. Mr. Zach says he'll jump in to the SpongeBob. Good luck in there, Mr. Zach. Okay. Very nice. This is a pretty unusual break for us, guys. You can't expect to see this one very often. It's a pretty cool card. I like the SpongeBob a lot. Okay. Maybe we should crack one of these slabs open. Getting the super rare one is very hard. The Alt Art for SpongeBob goes for 400 raw. Nice. Sassy AF, 14 days to return the equipment. Wow. Let's see. Man, this Dragonite promo makes me really sad. I really wish it had graded pristine 10, even just one of them. But they're all graded 9.5. We are. So which breaks are still available? All of them. None of them have changed for a day, I think. Here we go. Here's Dragonite. Dragonite Go promo. Oops, I typed in Prajmo. What the hell? Dragonite Go promo. Damn, he goes for so little as a 9.5. It's crazy. So he's just $35. Man, that's a good promo, guys. You have to open so many of these packs to get one of the Dragonites. BGS is punishing, man. You have to make your money on the black labels, and you pretty much have to get a black label. Like, we got one black label this round. If we got no black labels, I would have lost so much money on this one submission. And I think I still technically lost money on this submission. BGS is tough. It's a different ball game. The black labels sell, though. There's no doubt about it. Black labels sell very easily. All right. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about BGS yet. Like, here's a nice pristine. So here is the Peach Pristine. We can still make money on Peach because she got a 10, and people will pay good money. They actually pay bonus money for these pristines. Here it is. Let me just see, in fact. BGS slabs are ugly, says Kevin. I don't know if I agree with that. I might make this 75. There it is. Lovely card. Oh, yeah. Look at this. I love this cute little boo. Okay. All right. You don't like BGS slabs? Bro. Oops. This is going to be 75. All right. Do, 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 do. Let's go ahead and refresh these. Venom, Haxorus, and Clay Burst. I like the Haxorus. He's cool, man. Let's get him in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's Haxorus. They're bulky. The label sucks. They stink. And yet they sell for a premium. So I think they're doing okay. They sell for a premium, and PSA wanted to buy the company. So PSA must have seen that the company was good, because you wouldn't buy a company if it was bad. May I please have the Haxorus? Yes, he's my favorite Pokemon. Oh, yeah, you certainly may. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Divine Disaster number 072. Tag 10. Haxorus. There it is. Ooh. Did you use my store credit for 1 pack of Nikkei Nivalerina? I never did that, Michael. I never did that. Let's go take care of that right now. Sorry about that, man. Nivalerina BT3. Here it is. All right. Hey, what's up? The Wolf Play MC. The Wolf Plays MC. The Wolf Play SMC? The Wolf Plays MC? Minecraft? Should it be like the Wolf Plays? Or the Wolves Play? Let's see. Haha! Blue-haired lady. Nothing crazy in this pack in EK, Mr. Michael. All right. So we've introduced the SpongeBob break to the table now. There it goes. The Jumbo Pack break's one spot away. We've got the new Astral Radiance break. There are a couple new breaks. Yes. So this guy's at 1 out of 9. I feel like he's kind of a cool card. I think he's a great selection. All right, let me refresh. Do you have a favorite Pokemon? Do I have a favorite Pokemon? I like Poo-Poo-Chew. Ivan Rodriguez says he'll take the Dragonite. Oh, yeah. It's Dragonite time. Here you go, Mr. Ivan. So sad this got a 9.5 instead of a 10. Okay. Very nice. What else we got down here? Man, I feel like this Spoot Mario maybe should be a... I feel like he maybe should be 100. You know, I priced the other one at 75. I'm thinking about it. I just really like this card. There it is. I think if he was PSA 10, we'd make him 75. We'd make him 100. He's got to be 100. He's too nice. The Ace of Spades, Ace of Hearts. Yeah, the Ace has got to be more valuable than the rest. So there's a Yoshi and a Boo for $75. Here he is. It's got to be 100. These are too nice. Is Beckett better than PSA for grading? They're certainly not faster. They're really slow at Beckett. But I will say this. If you get a black label, yeah, they're a lot better. All right, so these guys got to be 100. There's one more somewhere, right? Where'd he go? Is he already in the channel? He might already be in the channel. Oh, maybe he's on this right side of the table. I didn't think of that. Yeah, there's some stuff over here. There he is. This guy right here. Check that out. He got to be 100. I just like him too much. I'd rather them not sell too fast. Beckett is fine for small orders. Turnaround was pretty good last time I used them. I didn't think this order was that large. They're just taking their sweet time, I guess. Whoa, holy mommy. Okay. If you're watching this and you're too young, you gotta look away. That Minneapolis fraud stuff is getting crazy. More reporters and independent journalists are going down there. But yeah, I mean, the one guy got... How much did he get? 5 million views or something like that? That's serious money. If you're a content creator, that's serious money. He's going to become a millionaire. Get numbers like that, you know? Okay. So, you know, that's going to attract more people that want to make money online. So this is Boa Hancock. And her number is what? 013. Boom. Let's get a zoom real quick. Yeah, let's get a zoom on her pretty eyes. All right, they're pretty fantastic. They sit really well on her face. How expensive is this card? So BGS 9.5 for $100, is that right? How much is the PSA 10? Oh my God. The cheapest one is $225 and a 10. Oh. I have to crack this and send it back in then. It's too expensive. So when a card is in that range, it is profitable enough for me to crack it and send it back in. This has to go to PSA, everybody. Sorry about that. Got you all excited in 2 ways. Can I just pull this off without breaking it? BGS has got the easiest slabs to crack. Who's got the worst slabs to crack? Probably CGC or Tag. They got the worst ones. Hardest to... Oh, man, the extraction was easy as hell, dude. All right, we didn't even have to break the slab that time. One of them was caught purposely going to places outside of operating hours, then saying, "Where's everyone? You can't show up to a daycare and demand entry. If they happen at my son's daycare, we'd be happy they turn the person away." Here we are. Let's snip this. All right. All right. There we go. Okay. Heading over to Minnesota to open up a daycare center. Zach, you ought to open up a daycare center over there, and we can start getting some real Pokemon business done. Look at that. Ooh. Tossing this over here. Who's got the worst crack? I don't know. Yeah. Worst slab to crack. I saw a video exposing the Homeland Security account. They posted a picture with the caption saying, "We will kick ICE," but the original was them talking about how they were getting ready to fight Iran. What? Here's this. I've been doing things wrong. The trick is to open up a healthcare center and then apply for government funding. Boom. Right, guys? They don't teach you this in school, guys. Yeah, learn how to make money the real way. The way you going to work and being productive? Stupid of you. All you got to do is apply for government welfare. So this shall say, off to PSA. There it goes. Daycare needs windows, and they don't cover their windows. The operating hours they posted after the video were 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. By Minnesota law, a daycare has to be open during daytime hours, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Here we are. All right. All right. Don't be mad at the player. Be mad at the game, Mr. Roger. Roger, you got to get out there and open up a daycare center. That's some serious money you're leaving on the table. Look at this beautiful for alligator, man. Man. All right, let's get him. Let's get him sleeved up. Okay. That would make a nice South Park episode on the situation. Don't forget to add it on Discord. This is Mr. Ivan. Add one on Discord. Oh, here we are. All right. We're going to say 9.5 for alligator poker. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like I want to open up a daycare center all of a sudden. So last sold was on November 15th for $80. And actually, that's the less rare version of the card. We have the more rare version. And also, that's in the UK, which means there's a $25 shipping fee. Wow, why is the screen so blue now? The screen's like mega blue. What happened? I like it, though. I like this coloring. I don't like it when it's too red. All right, that shall be $80. We're going to match that last sold price. I'd be surprised if South Park will touch it. They ignored Biden completely and happily attacked Trump. You know what? Somebody mentioned that on TikTok. I was watching a TikTok. They pointed out how many moments there were to make fun of Biden, and South Park didn't make a single episode about it. And yeah, it's very disappointing. I think all South Park has to do is get back to like hot topics and kind of get out of politics a little bit. I don't think that, you know, half the countries, at least half the country is conservative. I think playing partisan politics and their very what would be the word, like their very valuable brand doing partisan politics, or I think, yeah, partisan. I don't think that that's maybe the best move. It makes me sad, actually. Ooh. Man, that is fantastic looking. Pristine Ace of Clubs Mario. Old South Park is the best. Yeah, like the Guitar Hero episode, the World of Warcraft episode. Bring back that. And they had that not too long ago. They had episodes like that. But actually, they had the Japanese toilet episode not that long ago. That wasn't that bad. If all their episodes running in a row are just like partisan politics, I think that you're going to lose, you know, half your audience, maybe. South Park is ruined, says J-Dog Gaming. You always add the cracked slabs to Discord. For this one, I won't because it's not a card I'm as interested in. I see what you're saying, though, Mr. Ivan. The slabs that I've cracked. The cracked slabs. Here's an order from Mr. Gabriel. Mega blue like Mega Dreams, meaning you should give away a case of Mega Dream. All right. Yeah, I think South Park, they're going to make 50% of Americans happy making those episodes. They're going to be like, what's wrong with it? It's great. And the other 50% are going to be like, oh, brother. What is going on? Is my internet cutting out? Huh, weird. I watched the Ozempic episode. They can do bangers. They just stay out of politics if you favor one side over the other. Well, at least be sort of like subtle with it or something. You know what I mean? Like you can still influence people with your point of view. But if you make like 5 episodes in a row or 6 or 7 or 8 or however many it's been, and they're all Donald Trump has a small penis and he has sex with Satan. If it's the same joke for 8 episodes, I don't know, it's just not going to do well at some point. Even people who agree with the point of view are going to get bored of the same joke being done over and over again. It's like not that exciting. You know, people get tired of content pretty fast. You can't tell the same joke twice. Mr. Gabriel says the gym break. The gym break. Oh, the other side of the gym break. You got it, Mr. Gabriel. Here it is. All right, Gabriel's jumping in. Beatrice is already in. I'll put you down as G. Now I'll put your whole name down. Gabriel Gallegos. This is a gym break. Very good. Paramount paid $1.5 billion for South Park. I would say it's doing well. There it is. Yeah, but Disney paid a lot for Star Wars too. That doesn't mean that you can't ruin a brand. I feel like what you just said doesn't address the underlying issue. It just says that they got paid out before this happened. All right, Beatrice and Gabriel. You can still ruin a brand or ruin a legacy. Just because you got paid out while you're ruining it doesn't make it a good thing. All right, you ready? This is the D1 deck. All right, they just punched out. Oh, you just punched out. Hey, what's up, Mr. Troy? What time is it? 12:02. Nice. So this is close to closing time for me, and then we show back up around 4 p.m.-ish. I'm not used to this new time schedule, yet it effing with me. I'm all late and stuff. You're good, man. Yeah, we have a morning stream now. Morning lunchtime stream. Yeah, I just stopped watching South Park now. I haven't watched it in a while. You know, if they put out another episode and it's like kind of like a different topic and it's just free of politics or something, like it's not just another, you know, political cartoon, I'll probably consider watching it. I still like them. Disney took over production. Paramount just paid for streaming rights. Here we are. But my point is that Star Wars the brand got a lot of money behind it. My point wasn't who got the money, just that you can pay a lot for a brand and still kind of make people not like it anymore. Because I think that it's safe to say that's happened with Disney Star Wars now. All right, here goes. Miss Beatrice. Here's Ditto. So Ditto always transforms into its opponent unless their opponent is weaker. That's the energy card and Venomoth. So Venomoth transforms, but Venomoth has 90 HP. Ditto's just going to transform into that Venomoth. So it's a tie. Round number 2. Basically, Ditto's a you can't lose card. Nidoking and boop, Ninetales. Round number 1 going to Beatrice. All right. 90 HP versus 80 HP. Round number 3. That's Kadabra with 60 HP. That's a rough one, Beatrice. Versus Magneton. Oh, it's another tie. So round 3 is another tie. Now it's going into round 4. Machamp. That's a strong one. Machamp's good. Moltres. It's got to go to Beatrice. All right, Beatrice. Sniping the beautiful Nami promo. Congratulations. Shouldn't Ditto lose as it's being Venomoth, not the additional $20? So we didn't write any rules like that. The rule for Ditto is it transforms into its opponent. It is not that the opponent can use like a tool to be stronger than the Ditto. It is the Ditto's kind of like, here's the rule on Ditto. Ditto can't lose. He can only tie or be stronger. And so with Ditto, if he goes up against a 40 HP opponent, I guess that opponent can get an energy card and avoid losing, but then Ditto just transforms. Here it is. All right. Early bird gets the, oh, that's an old message. Where'd I get that message from? When I look at the phone messages, they're all behind for some reason. How does that happen? I don't understand how that happens. Let's jump all the way down. It's a reroll. So Beatrice, how about that? I like that Venom. It's only $20. It's a 9.5. This is a Cardconomist graded card from a long time ago that got abandoned. And we're almost out of those, by the way. It took a long time, but we're almost out of all the abandoned TCC cards. There it is. That was after we had to let John go. There were cards in the pipeline. There were cards that were just waiting to be picked up. And I think everyone from that time period just said, meh. There it is. It's too bad because I'm the same hardworking person as ever, but I think that what happened made those slabs less desirable at that time. I feel if it's for a 1-for-1 Ditto, it's reroll, but additional HP cards shouldn't transfer as well. We can write a rule like that, but we would have to write the rule at this point and apply it to the next round. We can't apply it. What I'm trying to say is we can't make up the rules during a round, but we can make up a new rule for the next round. So Ditto transforms into his opponent and can't lose. He can only tie. He can only beat a character who's below him or tie with the current character. That's how Ditto works. But we can make a rule that says, but if you get an energy card, then Ditto can lose. And if we do that, it's just another rule in the rule book. It makes it a little trickier. Think of it like in the video game. Like if you had a Venomoth, but he was an especially buffed one, like you gave him like calcium or whatever it was, so he's got like a higher HP. Well, actually, I don't know how it would work in the game. What version of the Venomoth does Ditto copy? He doesn't do a basic Venomoth, right? He copies the actual opponent's Venomoth, right? So I don't know. Yeah, if your Venomoth is buffed, we're saying Ditto's transforming into that buffed Venomoth. But we can make up rules. It's just got to happen after that round. So the next round's got to have the new rule. Here's Ivan Rodriguez, Venom, and the Cypher on the right. Venom. And I think you meant to say the Scyther. Here it is. All right, Venom and Scyther. There they go. Okay. And Ivan Rodriguez. You got a lot of cool, cheap slabs coming your way, Mr. Ivan. All right. Have you played ZA? Yeah, I thought it was I thought that the graphics were embarrassingly bad. However, I thought the gameplay was innovative and fun. So Pokemon's got a graphics problem. They've got to improve the quality of their game, but the bones of the game were good. But it's at a point where the graphics are so bad that it does interrupt it. So, oops. So Jaded sent in 3 separate orders. He says, I'll take the W.W Angel Origami J. Lucas consign. Ah, okay, a consignment signature, it sounds like. Is that right? And then you said, want to donate $20 slab of your choice. And then he said, 4 Poke Shuffles. All right, let's get your 4 Poke Shuffles. You're making a $20 donation to the table, is that right? To people, and you want me to pick the slab out. That's what's going on, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm back, says Divine. Graphics not good for my eyes. Walk, walk, turn, animation, turn, walk, walk. Right, and their mouth moves, but there's no voice acting. It's insane how bad it is, actually. Yeah, they get like an F- when it comes to the graphics and the sound and the music and the voice acting. F-. Now, the gameplay is new. It's innovative. If you haven't tried it, it's new. They actually came up with the new system of playing the game, and it's kind of fun. Capturing Pokemon feels snappy and fun. Yeah, there's some parts of the game that shine, but it's overshadowed by the graphics that are so bad you think it's like an incomplete game. Okay. So you'd like to donate a $20 slab. Do I have a $20 slab? I'm just going to kind of pick one out. Let's see, what do we got? Well, I don't think these are $20. Maybe in here. Here's one. Aha, there's a $20 slab. So you're donating vintage Slowpoke. I'll go mark him as sold. So here's the nines and lowers channel. Slowpoke sold. Okay. We currently have a queue for the giveaways, meaning that there's a couple giveaways now. This is going to be the Jaded giveaway, and we'll put you in line for the giveaways. This Jaded, we'll probably try to give this out tonight, okay? So we'll finish the Mark slab, and then we'll give away the Jaded slab. How about that? And also, you go on this score list. We keep track of all the donations for December. You're like one of the last donations for this month. $20. There it is. Early stream is trippy, says Mr. Marco. I know. It probably feels really weird. I'm loving it. I'm getting so much sleep, guys. You know how fast it was for my body, for my circadian rhythm to swap over to nights? It happened in a matter of like 3 days. It was so easy, so comfortable. Like, I feel really well rested. I go to sleep and wake up and I'm not by myself anymore. I mean, there is something nice about going to sleep by yourself, but not every night. You don't want to do that every single night. Yeah, it's awful. It's like lonely. It's like I'm a single guy. So I don't got to do that anymore. All right, Mr. Jaded. So you want the Angel Origami PSA 10. Let's go find that. Great. Mr. John Lucas will be pretty pleased to see this. Flipping this around. Okay, let's find it. Silver signature. Azuma, Pamiat, Emperor. Looks like we have some room now. We could probably take on a new consignment if you guys want. Oh, here it is. This card right here. All right, that's sold. Oops. Who won the giveaway so far? Me. So that's for Mr. Jaded now. Well, you know, that makes me think we got some more cards we could price something in. This Jaded. And we have to give a store credit card out. John Lucas. Okay. All right, let me mention this to him. All right, so I'm gonna mention that to him. And did we already mark it as sold? We have to mark it as sold, don't we? That was in the Consignment Slabs channel. There it is. All right, so that is done. That's a big order, Mr. Jaded. So now we've done it all. We've gotten your Poke Shuffles. We've gotten your $250 slab, the Angel slab. And we grabbed the, where did we put it? Where'd I put that slab? We grabbed a Slowpoke to be handed out, but I placed it somewhere afterwards. Is it back here? How do I lose track of it so fast? Thanks, Mr. Any Chin Pokemon? Chin Pokemon. I'm trying to remember how that goes. I haven't watched that episode in so long. The kids have like a catchphrase, like we have to follow the supreme power or something like that, right? Where did I just put that Slowpoke? All right, I'll have to find the Slowpoke. But I think the stream is basically over now. We're heading into 2.5 hours time period, and the orders look like they're all in on the right side. So is it like back here on the right side? Did my hand carry it off screen on the right side? Bro. Wait, I didn't put it back into a box, did I? Oh my God. You moved it to the right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense that I moved it to the right, but where to the right? I might have put it back into the consignment box or something. Did I put it in the consignment box? Might have picked it up by accident. Let's see. Oh my God, I totally did. There it is. It was in the consignment box. Oops. Good catch. But yeah, I do that sometimes. Very nice, very nice. These go back down. All right. So this guy's being handed out, this nice little Slowpoke. He's a gift by Mr. Jaded. But let's go ahead and finish up that Mark giveaway. And then after that, we'll have the Jaded giveaway tonight. And then another Mark giveaway. It's a lot of giveaways. Okay. What's that, Erica? Full art, Japanese or Korean? I don't know, but that's also in the consignment channel. There's a channel where the consignment slabs are for sale, where you can go shopping. Here's Thujipan. And Gabriel. All right, cool. So, landing on one for Miss Alexandra. That's right, we handed a couple of the spots out to people who just buy a lot of MetaZoo. I thought that was a fair move for them, because I know they'll keep the slab probably. So this goes to Miss Alexandra. It's a gift from Mark. Okay, let's see. Probably Chinese. We're going to say to Alexandra Nur from Mark. Okay, nice. Throwing that away. Good. Wow. Mothman is real. Do you know Kushi? I know I'm going to go smack that Kushi in the other room. I'm going to hop off, guys. I had a great time with you for the morning stream. We'll be back on for the evening stream. I'll see you there, okay? We'll be in horizontal mode. There's some giveaways. It'll be kind of like, you know, New Year's celebration a little bit. So I'll see you guys there. I hope you join. And we got some great cards now. We got the SpongeBob Break is new. He's a non-Pokemon card. Here's this guy, Slitherwing, that you can trade your junk cards for. Here's Zapdos. Here's Charizard. Here's the Pack Split. And the Mega Nidoking. We got a lot of really crazy slabs up here that you can have a shot at. Or you can just open booster packs if you like opening booster packs. There's a lot of variety on this channel. I'll see you guys for the nighttime stream. See you there.